Hello students, good morning. I am going to explain here now experiment number 6. Here the object of the experiment number 6 is to verify Ohm's law and hence to determine the resistance of a given conducting wire. For this experiment we need apparatus, a conducting wire. Here we have taken manganese wire, an ammeter, a voltmeter, a rheostat, a key, a battery, some connecting wires. According to Ohm's law, current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference at the two ends of the conducting wire, provided the temperature remains constant. So, according to Ohm's law, we have seen V means potential difference at the ends is directly proportional to the flow of current. So V is equal to I into R, where R is the resistance. It's a schematic diagram of the setup. Here V is the battery, K is here key, it is in open position, A stands for ammeter, V stands for voltmeter, R is the resistance, and here RH means rheostat, where we can change the resistance in the circuit. By changing the resistance in the circuit, we can change the strength of flow of current as well as voltage, means potential difference between the two ends of the conductor. Make sure that the positive terminal of the ammeter as well as voltmeter should be connected to the positive terminal of the battery. And battery, key, ammeter, resistor and variable resistance all will be in series, whereas the voltmeter must be kept at the parallel connection with the resistor. Here R. It is the real setup for proper connection. Real setup with proper connection. Here this is the source of energy as if it is working as a battery. Then this is the key, this is the ammeter, this is the ammeter, this is the resistor, whose resistance we are going to find out. Across the resistor we have kept one voltmeter. From the voltmeter we will get voltage, potential difference, and this is rheostat. By the help of rheostat we can change the voltage as well as current. And now have a look in the key. Here key is now in open position because time to time we have to keep in open position. As soon as you are going to get the reading of the ammeter as well as voltmeter, we have to insert the plug in the key. Otherwise, most of the time you have to take out the plug from the key. Okay? Here the first reading is 0.4 ammeter, and here for voltmeter reading is here 0.68. Second reading is 0.5 ampere, and here voltmeter reading is 0.84. Third reading, ammeter reading 0.6 ampere. Voltmeter reading is here 1.08. Ammeter reading for the fourth observation, here I am taking 0.7 ampere. And voltmeter reading is here 1.32. Ammeter reading is 0.8 ampere, and voltmeter reading is 1.6. The previous reading for the voltmeter is not exactly correct. It is 1.52. Yes, 1.52. let's go for observations. We have determined the least count of the ammeter is 0.02 ampere and least count of the voltmeter is 0.04 volt. And for observation, we have noticed in the ammeter reading and voltmeter reading, we have got 5 observations. When the ammeter reading is 0.4 ampere, we have noticed the voltmeter reading is 0.68 volt. When 0.5 ampere is the reading of the ammeter, that time the voltmeter reading is 0.88 volt. When the ammeter reading is 0.6 ampere, that time we have noticed the voltmeter reading is 1.08. And when the ammeter reading is 0.7 ampere, that time we have noticed the voltmeter reading is 1.32. And the last reading for ammeter is 0.8 ampere and the last reading for the voltmeter reading is 1.52. By calculation we got the resistance in different observations. Okay, and we have seen the mean resistance of the conducting wire is 1.8 ohm. Now we will plot this value of ammeter reading and voltmeter reading on a graph paper to get the resistance from the graph calculation. Okay, on the graph paper we have plotted along the x-axis the value of ammeter reading I in ampere, whereas along the y-axis we have plotted voltage in volt. Okay, now we have to see the origin. Origin is considered here 0, 0, and now along the x-axis we have marked 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, keeping the 20 divisions as 0.2, means 10 divisions as 0.1. And along the y-axis we have taken 20 divisions as 0.5. So now when we plot all these observations, then we have seen there are 5 points. There are 5 points corresponding to the values of ammeter and voltmeter. Now to get the slope, we have to see when the current in the ammeter is 0.45, that time the voltmeter reading is here 0.68, and when the ammeter reading is 0.75 ampere, that time the voltmeter reading is 1.4. Okay, so from the graph we have calculated delta V, means V2 minus V1 is 0.58 volt, whereas delta I means the difference of current, means I2 minus I1 is 0.3 ampere. Now this value of delta V and delta I will be using to calculate the resistance of the conducting wire. Yes, from the graph we have noticed when I is equal to 0.45 ampere, the voltage is 1.4 volt, and when I is 0.75 ampere, voltage is 0.82 volt. Now to calculate the resistance delta V by delta I, if you put all the values of voltage and current, we have seen it is 1.9 ohm. So this is the resistance of the conducting wire, 1.9 ohm. Now let me go for conclusion. We have seen in the graph, when we plot voltage versus current, we have seen the line is a straight line. So the straight line means that voltage and current are directly proportional to each other. And from the Ohm's law, we have seen the resistance can be calculated. resistance is equal to V by I. So instead of V by I, we have put from the graph delta V by delta I, and we have seen the calculation is 1.9 ohm. So we can say we have verified the Ohm's law as well as we have calculated the resistance of the conducting wire. Thank you.